Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to BVI Pilots or Lounging with John. We have done a lot of flying here at the lounge and it's just something that people like watching, so we do a lot of it over here. This is going to be tutorial number 2 for the Code and Dark tutorial with the 777s. When I say that, I mean that it's going to cover the 777-300ER, the 777-F, the freighter, right? And if by the time you're watching this, there will also be the 777-200, which it's going to be, or if it's already out, is an amazing aircraft. Made by pmdg. Probably one of the best ones that they've done. They've really put some work into this one. So make sure you check it out if you don't have it. Go to pmdg and you should see it. It's probably going to be the first thing on the page there under the heading when it shows you different airplanes. Alright. On this flight, we were taking off from Indianapolis. Now, you might be in Taiwan, you might be in Miami, you might be in Los Angeles. It doesn't matter where you're at. You're going to follow these directions no matter what. Okay, it's Code and Dark. Now, just to be very specific on Code and Dark, when you get the airplane and you install it, remember that pmdg does have a new op center you can download, and you install everything from that. That is how you can install. That's how you install it. That's how I installed the 300 ER. When I got it, I already had the new ops center, so it actually had me install it through that. And when you do that, you don't even need to put in your license because it already knows you had bought it because you log in. Now, the new ops center does not cover the 737s yet. Only the 777 series, okay? So keep it in mind, but download it. It's really good. It's pretty quick too. So check that out. Be sure to check out BVI Pilots as well at bvipilots.com. If you're trying to reach me, send emails to me, not to BVI Pilots. I'm not saying nothing bad about BVI Pilots, but Declan had already sent me a message from one person. If you're going to email me, send it to 737flights@gmail.com. You'll find that down below in the description. I'm going to update the description here at the lounge, and you'll find the email in the description. I need to update it big time. There's a lot that need to be updated.
811 Zulu, descend to 2000, cleared for the visual 15.
You're hearing say intentions, you can ignore that for right now.
Visual 15,
Actually, we'll just close that for... We're going to close that for right now. Okay, now this is probably going to be a longer tutorial, so you'll be able to pause and fast forward and rewind, whatever you got to do. I will try to put this video in sections. I got to figure out how to do it, but I know you can do it, so I'm going to have to figure that out to make it easier, where you can jump to different sections. Alright, so you might even be lucky on that part too. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the one thing that's very important, okay? From your desktop, you're going to do Windows E, and now I'm going to just kind of guide you through this. Well, crap. You all need to hear my NVDA. Let me... Okay. going to uncheck this.
Not checked.
But I wonder what it's going to do to my audio. Let me take a look at it real quick.
The desktop list. Google Chrome 3 of 40. New tab. Google Chrome Johnny. 1. Unselected. Blank slash. Blank.
Let's see what this does with audio.
Clickable dialog. Navigation. Explore. Heading level more from you. 2 main landmark. Clickable. Just spotted new 777 300. Taken to Indianapolis. Link. Heading level 3. Heading.
I wonder what it's going to do to my audio. Let me take a look at it real quick.
The desktop list. Google Chrome 3 of 40. New tab. Google Chrome Johnny. 1. Unselected. Blank slash. Blank.
Let's see what this does.
Okay, so.
Okay, good. That's not bad. Okay.
Flight panel window. Microsoft Flight Simulator
Let me
1.38.2.0.
look at one more thing real quick.
Add-on programs 107. Just spotted new 770.
Okay, do
Flight
that.
panel window. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Add-on programs 107. Just spotted new set button shift button M on new
Just
keyboard.
does. Okay, so.
Clickable dialog. Navigation. Explore. Heading level more from you. New keyboard.
Okay, good. That's not bad. Okay.
Flight panel window. Microsoft Flight Simulator
Let me
1.38.2.0.
look at one more thing real quick.
Add-on programs 107. Just spotted new 770.
Okay.
A new keyboard.
Okay, it's going to double play the sound of the sim. So let me see if I can figure that out real quick.
This PC file explorer 01 column 2204 ops 31 point ops 30 volume slider for the properties for mix mute mix slash O checkbox not checked. Volume proper mute mix slash O2 check volume proper mute flight sim audio checkbox not checked.
Maybe that.
Volume proper mute say intentions checkbox not property volume mute flight sim audio checkbox not checked. Volume proper mute say intention volume proper mute first officers volume proper mute talking flight volume proper mute restream chat volume sort lock checkbox not checked lock visit audio mute proper volume mute property volume mute properties for volume slide mute say intentions checkbox volume properties for volume mute say intent proper volume mute flight sim audio checkbox not checked.
Let's try that.
Checked.
Okay, I got that checked. Now,
Flight panel window.
we'll go over here. We'll let that placement sound like that. Then we'll go back over here and listen real quick.
Ops 31.0.107. Just spotted. Button unavailable. Button M on mute keyboard. Volume mute properties for volume slide mute say intentions checkbox. Volume properties for volume mute say intent proper volume mute flight sim audio checkbox not checked.
Let's try that.
Checked.
Okay, I got that checked. Now,
Flight panel window.
we'll go over here. We'll let that placement sound like that. Then we'll go back over here and listen real quick.
Ops 31.0.107. Just spotted.
Okay, we're good. Okay, so we're good there. I just gotta remember to change the settings when I'm done.
107. Just spotted new 7.
Alright, so we'll close that.
Ops 31.
Sorry about the...
This PC file explorer 01 column. This PC file.
Alright, so starting again, you're gonna do Windows E and then
Selected. My local disk. C. Column 1.
if you installed it through the, just the normal default way, you didn't change where you installed it or all that, you just did it the way it put it on install. So you go to your local C,
Item view list.
then you're going to go to
OneDrive.
your
Open DVE. Users 30 of 46.
local C and then
Item view.
users, and then
Other
you're
five.
going to go to whatever your
Item
administrator
view.
account name is. From there,
Cancel 7. App data 8 of 40.
app
Item view list.
data,
Local not. Local 1 of 3.
then local,
Items view list. Dot.
then
Package
packages.
55 of 90.
Now, when you hit P the first time, it's going to say package. You don't want that one. You want
Packages 56 of 90.
packages, okay?
Items view list.
Hit enter, and we're going to hit F until we hear it say, not F, sorry, M.
Microsoft.broker inclusion CW5N1 hours.
Okay.
Microsoft.accounts.
It does it alphabetically.
Microsoft.bin news. Microsoft.bin weather. Microsoft.weather. Microsoft.copilot. Microsoft.cred dialog. Microsoft.desktop. Microsoft.directX. Microsoft.easy app. Microsoft.edge devtools. Microsoft.flight simulator. Microsoft.forza motorsport. Microsoft.flight simulator. Wake up.
There it is.
Microsoft.flight simulator. Wake up 3D8 30 129.
Then hit
Item view
enter.
list. AC not selected. App data 2 of 8. Local cache 3 of 8. Local state 4 of 8.
You're going to local state
Items view list. Cache not selected. DCE 2 of 4. Missions 3. MSFS. Packages 5 of 13.
packages.
Items view list. Supervar module. Navigraph. Navigraph. PMDG aircraft 77 F407.
Okay, and for this one, the 300,
PMDG aircraft 77 W507.
it's going to be 77W.
Items view list. Word not selected 1 of 9. MSET word 1 of 9.
Then work.
Items view list. Aircraft not selected 1. EFD 2 of aircraft 1 of 10.
Then aircraft.
Items view list.
And then go to the bottom by hitting your end key.
TCJJI.
Not N as in Nancy, but your end key.
RPC 777 PT 30
up arrow to where you hear
PHDVA N 2002 N 717 AN J 785 N 717 AN 25 N 2250 N 700 HZ Alaska 30 HSTTC HL84 HDJN GSTBC FGSQ
Hold on, am I
TCJJI
telling you correctly?
RPC 77 PT PHDVF PHDVD PHDVA N 2251 U 26 N 717 AN 25 of 32 J 700 HZ Alaska 30 HSTTC 21 of 32 HL842 HDJNL 90 GSTBC FGSQB ETAPX C5 9050 DQ 9014 D18050 D16007 D2040 D2029 D2022 a 7 98 of 30 a 6 ETG a 16 11 11 hours 9 VSY hours 2 of 32 backups 1 of 32
Oh, wait a minute.
items tablet debug Navigraph conflict
I told you wrong. You don't go into the airplane folder. I'm sorry.
aircraft 1 of 10
So once you go into
items view hours backups 1 of 32 hours backups see users other app data local packages Microsoft Flight Simulator 8 wake up 3D8 Wii local state packages pmdg aircraft 77W work aircraft file explorer hours backups 1 of 32 items view selected date mod 11.91 of 1 items view list backups 1 of 32 date mod backups 1
let's just do that over. Let's close that.
31.0.3
Okay. Windows E,
PC file explorer items view selected
your local C,
items view list dollar
users,
items view list
your administrator account,
items view list
okay,
cancel app data 8 of
app
items view list
data,
local not selected 1 of local 1 of items view list
local.
identity service not selected 1 of 90
It gets tricky sometimes. So,
package cache 55 of 90
and then packages. First, you're going to be package cache,
packages 56 of
then
90 items view list
packages.
1500
Then you're going
Microsoft
to hit M until you hear
Microsoft
Save Flight Simulator.
Microsoft.account Microsoft.io Microsoft.direct Microsoft.ec Microsoft.edge Microsoft.flight simulator 8 wake up 3D8 Wii 30 129
There it is.
items view list AC not select app data 2 of 8 local cache 3 of 8 local state 4 of 8
Local state,
items view list cache not selected 1 of 13 DCE 2 of 13 packages 5 of 13 weather 6 of 13 packages MSFS report old packages 5 of 13 items view list Supervar module not select navigraphing Mepital charts PMDG aircraft 77 F4 of 7
packages, and then
PMDG aircraft
PMDG
77W 5 of 7
77W,
items view list work not selected 1 of 9 M7Ds work 1 of 9
work.
items view list aircraft not selected
And from there, do not go in aircraft. Go to the bottom with the end key.
tablet debug log.txt 10 of 10
You'll see tablet.
nav tablet debug log.txt 10
Debug
of
log.
config.son 9 of 10 777 options .I
You're
of 10
looking for
777 options .I of 10 nav
777
777 options .I of 10
options.ini. Okay? If you hit enter on that,
star in 777 options .I unmodified
go to the bottom.
blank startup panel state equals cold dark blue panel state
You want
blank
to
fixed
make
config
sure
equals
you
aircraft config
have
blank sound group value .6 equals blank aircraft config equals blank panel state
panel
startup
state.
panel state equals cold dark blue
Startup panel state equals code dark
blank
GPU.
character blank
Okay? You can get that file from the BVI pilots.
startup panel state blank
And I don't know 100% if on the new TFM if you got to have this. I didn't ask, but I just went ahead and made sure that it had this stuff in here. The other thing you're looking for
Adiru last post blank SDK
is you'll find
blank
if you search for
SDK S left bracket SDK
SDK, so it's going to be
S left bracket
left bracket SDK right bracket.
KDS left
You
bracket
want to
S,
make sure
left
you
bracket.
have the first line, left bracket SDK right bracket,
enable data broadcast equals 1
enable data broadcast equals 1,
enable CDU broadcast dot 0 equals 1
enable CDU broadcast 0 equals 1,
enable CDU broadcast dot 1 equals 1
and then
enable
enable
CDU broadcast dot 1 equals 1
broadcast
enable CDU broadcast dot 1 equals 1
dot 1 equals 1. You want them,
enable data SDK
so it's 4 lines. So make sure that you have those in that file. If not, you can type it in. It's really simple.
SDK
Like I said, it's left bracket SDK right bracket,
enable data broadcast equals 1
and then you have enable.
NABLED
That's the first word, enable is capitalized,
DATAB
and then the word data is capitalized. This is all one word.
BROADCAST
And
equals
then broadcast is capitalized with the first letter. So enable with the capital E, data with the capital D, broadcast with the capital B,
equals
all one word,
equals
sign,
1 carriage return
1. Okay?
equals enable carriage return enable carriage return
And then next line
enable CDU broadcast N
is enable
enable CDN ABLEC
with the capital E,
C
and then
D U
capital C, capital D, capital U,
D U
okay?
B R
and then the word broadcast with the capital B, the rest of it's lowercase,
O-A-D-C-A-S-T dot
dot
0
0
equals 1
equals 1.
equals 0 dot enable CDU character E enable CDU broadcast dot 1
And
blank
then the last
enable
line,
N-E-N-A-B-L-E C
enable
E
with capital E,
C D U D C
C with the capital C,
D
capital D,
U
and capital U,
B R
broadcast with the capital B,
O-A-D-C-A-S-T dot
dot
1
1
equals
equals 1.
blank
That's the 4 lines that's got to be in there for you to read the CDU. Without that, you won't read. You won't be able to read it. Now, I don't know if it's already in there with the new TFM. I'm going to guess that it probably is. I don't know. But I was pretty sure I'd put it in there, but maybe yeah, I think I did. I think. I don't know on that. So, I'll update you on that, okay?
blank startup panel state equals cold start blank
Alright. And like I said at the bottom,
startup panel state equals panel state
put the line
left bracket
P-A-N-E-L-E-N-A
left bracket P
capital
A-N-E-L
P-A-N-E-L
space S-T-A-T-E right bracket E
state
T-A-T-S
with the capital S.
Space.
Now, them two words are not all together.
panel
You got left bracket
P
and then panel. That's all together.
A-N-E-L space
Space state with the capital S
T-A-T-E right
bracket. And then
startup
the
blank
next line,
startup equals startup panel character S-T-A-R-T-U P
startup with the capital S. The rest is lowercase.
P A-N-E-L
Panel with the capital P.
S-T-A-T-E equals
State with the capital S. And this is all one word.
equals
Equals
C O-L-D
code,
L-O-C equals C-O-L-D
all capitalized.
D-A-R-K
Dark, capitalized, every letter.
G-P-U
GPU, all
Character term.
capitalized.
U cold dark 2 equals
So the equals,
cold dark 2
code dark,
O-L-D-D-A-R-K-G-P-U character term
GPU is all
Blank.
capitalized. And then save your file. Now mine's already set, so I don't got to save it.
Indiana 6 modified
Just exit it. Okay. I just wanted to show you that because I think it's important.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Star Indiana 6 FS Airlines column 3 Talk in Flight Monitor 02 column Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Star Indiana 6 Notepad column 2 Star Indiana add-on
Okay,
programs.
go.
See users other app data local packages Microsoft 700
Okay.
Ops 31.0.3 profile.
Alright, so now we're back to the rest of this. And we're gonna... By the way, if you guys are hearing when other stuff is like the first officer might sound like it's double voice, it might be because I got the desktop unchecked. But that's just through this tutorial. Alright, so the next thing you need to do is have your flight plan downloaded. I've talked about this before. I'm not going to go through and do the SimBrief tutorial. Make sure you got your flight plan put together in SimBrief. Make sure it's downloaded. Make sure you have the SimBrief downloader, and then you open that, export that flight plan so that it goes into the directories for your airplane. Okay? And then from there, it's where all the good stuff happens. Alright, so the first thing that I do,
Ops 31.0.
it's up to you how you do this.
Star initial Ops 31.0.3 star initial altitude 34
Now,
EDDF/0 root
I think I'm going to close
initial
this
altitude
here.
30 blank 0 plus blank 55 and EDDF/0 root
Yeah, I don't need this anymore.
notepad dialog notepad don't save button alt Ops 31.0.3
Okay.
profile desktop list
So the first thing that I do is open my say intentions.
sim market when simbrief.security SDK say intentions AI.x create share delete pop-up share run as desktop
I always do that, run as administrator, even though I got it set in the properties, it's just have it. Okay, now, say intentions is also going to go off my latest flight plan that I've got downloaded through SimBrief. Okay? If anybody needs help with say intentions, setting anything up, or questions, please let me know in the comments. Sending a message to BVI pilots don't help me. I mean, Declan doesn't mind getting it over to me. Here's the reason I'm not in the BVI pilots as far as the airline, is I didn't fly for the longest time, and my account fell out. And I mean, I don't want to speak for nobody, but I would think that if I wanted to go back, I'm sure Declan would probably let me have my place back. I mean, I was a manager at the airline with them. It's not a big deal if I'm not one. I've not even attempted to go back, but that's why I'm not there. It's nothing about being separate from BVI pilots. I support BVI pilots. I'm right there within the BVI pilot community. We're all visually impaired, flying, having fun, whatnot. Okay. All right. So, anyways, moving on. Open say intentions.
Page dragon.
First thing I'm going to do.
Ops 31. Say intentions. AI column 2. Record audio button. Record problem with pilot button. Input text out. Delete button. ATC intercom. New flight button. Close the current flight.
Tab
Start a
the
new
new
one.
flight. I do that as soon as I open it, just
Press.
to make sure that we're on the same page. Now, I would if
Comms.
you're
Com 1 standby.
if you're
118.01.
practicing to be on VATSIM and stuff like that, then I wouldn't worry about using a co-pilot and all that. I'm going to be getting back into VATSIM here soon, but I do use a co-pilot just because it's more realistic. But if you're on VATSIM, you can't use you can use say intentions, and you can have a co-pilot. Actually, I'm telling you wrong. You can. So, because your co-pilot just does your comms. But I'm not sure how it fully works. But I know you can use it on VATSIM. Alright,
Pilot button. Record audio. Settings button. Show
I'm going to
settings.
shift tab up here.
Graphic link graphics. Ups of the day. John, how do you sound? Find out. Thank you for not live streaming while using traffic injection.
Alright, and I know.
Link graphics styles. Ups of the day. John Glenn Columbus International Air. Thank you for not live streaming while
Thank
using
you for not live streaming while using live traffic injection. I don't know how you even use live traffic injection.
How do you sound? Find out.
Alright,
Link 100.
how do you sound?
TWR.
You'll know it. You're got a new flight going here by reading all that at the bottom. When that shows at the bottom, that means it's fresh.
Link 100 West Styles. Link
Okay.
1 Styles. Link 122.1
Skyops.
Link 122.11.
Hit enter on that.
122.1.
And then I'm going to request cargo to CYXX. Requesting cargo to CYXX. Charlie Yankee X-ray X-ray. Is he going to respond?
Styles. Link 122.11. Link.
Requesting cargo to CYXX. Why is he not answering me? Giving comms to you. Is my co-pilot going to answer me? Oh, I know why. Hold on, I gotta set my.
Say intentions AI. Click OK. C. System dot 124.130 and Discord button settings pilot new enter 80 delete text input pilot record off settings dot set record pilot record settings button shows pressed. Pane OK or close button OK. Tab control. Identity tab. Headset tabs. Controls headset tabs. Microphone grouping. Microphone selection. Microphone microphone. Free Razor Barracuda. Tab control. Microphone grouping. Microphone selection combo. Tab control. Headset tabs. OK or close button OK. Pressed. Settings button show settings dialog.
Would help you got the right mic set.
Document. Link 1 table with 2 rows and 2 columns.
Requesting cargo to CYXX Charlie Yankee X-ray X-ray.
Hold on while I check the mission queue. I'll get back to you in 1 to 2 minutes.
Giving comms to you. That's going to give it to my co-pilot.
Got it, John. I'll
Now,
handle
you
the
do
comms.
need individual buttons set up with, say, intentions. I'm not going to go through that on this tutorial.
Heavy. Alright. We got a new cargo mission for you. Transport
Alright, there
military
we go.
equipment to
Now,
Charlie Yankee
I'm going to
Yankee
go ahead
X-ray.
while he's talking to
Ensure
me.
all
Desktop
cargo is
list. Flight
securely
Planner 25
fastened
for FS
and
Airlines.
all
Flight
safety
Simulator First
protocols
Officer
during
V5
flight.
2141.
Sending
I'm
your
going to
crew over
open
to
my
Heavy. Expect to be airborne in a few
first
minutes.
officer.
CFM. New folder 15 for Flight Simulator. Flight Planner FS Airlines. Flight Simulator First Officer V5. Pane. Copy. Share. Delete. Top. Share S2 of 11. Run as administrator. Desktop list. Flight Simulator First. Say intentions AI 01 column 1 1 of 2.
Now,
Say
sometimes
intentions AI.
it likes to shut up the screen reader.
Ops 31. Main column 3 3 of 3.
No,
Main window.
it
Off.
didn't.
Connect button.
Okay. You can go ahead and request IFR to CYXX.
Pause button. Connect button.
And then I'm going to start my first officer.
I'll get our IFR clearance to
Pause button.
Abbotsford.
Connect button.
Hit connect.
Rest. Com 1. 128.7.
Now you're going to hear some talking going on and stuff like that, but it's just my co-pilot getting our IFR. And when he says starting pre-flight flow, I'm going to tab down.
Pause button. Commit button. Reduce size. Minimize button. Exit button. Configuration options button. Home button. Plan page button.
Good morning, Captain. We are just about to
morning,
unload
Captain.
cargo. It'll
To
let
where
you
it
know when
says
we are
plan
secure and
page
ready.
button.
Home button.
Right after home,
Plan page button.
plan page button. Hit my
Rest.
space bar,
Door. Checklist view button.
and then I'm going
OFC
to
button.
tab
Radio
down.
frequency
You're
button.
going to see radio
VFW edit
frequency,
multi-line selected. V1 edit multi-line
ZFW,
selected 1. VR
V1,
edit multi-line selected 1.
VR,
VPN multi-line selected 100.
V2,
Minutes edit multi-line selected 200.
min,
Stop rep edit multi-line selected 138.
VREF.
Secondary ground power. Minute rep edit multi-line selected 138. Nav 2. 116.30. Rudder sim off.
138.
Left air pre off. Primary ground power available. Primary ground power on.
Departure on
Hold up.
124.65 squawk 4124. Expect runway 23 left.
Okay, it said 130. I'm going to change the VREF to 140.
Selection removed. 140.
Allegiant
23
9
L button.
Delta Whiskey Heavy, cleared to Abbotsford by a Rocky
Com 1
1.
standby.
Then have
121.90.
Climb to and maintain 4,000.
Combo box collapse. Edit
Expect
plan.
flight level
0 button.
3.
Secure and ready to
Combo
go,
box collapse.
Captain.
Edit plan.
Departure.
Then I'm gonna keep
frequency is
tabbing.
36,000 button.
124.65.
I see
Squawk
my
412.
altitude
Combo box
there.
collapse. Edit plan. Yes button.
Anticipate runway
Combo box
23
collapse.
left.
Edit plan.
You'll see where it says yes.
Allegiant
Yes
9
button.
Delta
Combo box
Whiskey.
collapse.
Tab.
Edit plan.
Heavy, read
5
that
button.
correct. Ground
You'll
is on
see
121.9 safe
The
flight,
next
sir.
area you'll see a number. That's for your
Combo box
flaps.
collapse.
Set
Edit
to
plan.
Hey folks,
5.
welcome aboard our
Combo box
flight to
collapse. Edit plan.
Abbotsford.
07 button.
We're thrilled to have
Combo
you
box
with us
collapse. Edit
today.
full button. Combo
Please
box
make
collapse.
sure to
Edit plan.
take your seats
Tab
according to
down
your
past where
boarding
it says
passes
full
and
button.
kindly
Button.
stow your hand luggage
Then
in
you'll
the
see where
overhead
it just
bins
says
or under the
button.
seat in front
Combo
of
box
you.
collapse. Edit plan.
That's
If you
your
need any
brakes.
Off.
assistance,
Optional 1. 1 2
don't
3
hesitate
4.
to reach out
So
to
on
me.
that
Enjoy the flight.
tab after it said button, I'm going to arrow down to 4. It's going to set my brakes to
18,000 button.
4.
Combo box 0.
Then I'm
Combo
just
box
gonna
dual
keep
check. 1 3.
tabbing to
Combo
the
box
home
ZF
button.
D to 2. Combo 0 button. Combo QNH temperature. Wind head. Wind. Connect pause button. Mid button. Reduce. Minimize. Exit button. Configuration. Home button. Rest.
Alright, and there's the home button. Now what I'm going to do now
Star Indiana 6 notepad. Flight. Desktop list. Flight
is,
simulator. Star Microsoft FS Airlines column. Talking flight monitor 02 column 1. Talking flight monitor.
with TFM, I'm going to
TFM aircraft collapse alt expanded. TFD1 FMC
go
collapse
over to
level 11.
aircraft,
Channel seat FMC
up
collapse level
arrow,
11. Left panel
up
seat
arrow
FMC collapse
to
level 11. Expanded.
FMC,
Left L1 of 3.
hit enter on left,
FM expanded. Left L1 of 3.
left L,
FMC display edit red only alt plus home.
and I'm going to pop that panel out by doing Alt,
TFM aircraft
right
collapse alt plus
arrow,
nav data collapse alt plus tools collapse alt
till
plus
it
0
says
05.
Tools, down
Expanded.
arrow
Airport state
once, and hit the
107.
letter P,
Left FMC
that
menu window.
will pop
FMC
it
display edit
out.
red only alt plus home menu.
so it's in its own window, okay? And the first thing you want to do,
Menu.
right soft 6
FS actions.
for FS actions, left soft 1
Fuel.
for fuel. Now let's get the fuel
Talking
information.
flight monitor 01. Star Indiana 6 notepad column 3 for Star Indiana 6 note. Indiana 6 initial spelling route is average wind 2 spelling error fuel 84,058. UEL space 8 4 comma 058 5 0 comma
84
4 8 4 comma 058.
058 84
But you're wrong.
058.
Left FMC.
So Alt
Scratch
S
with alt plus S land. Right master warning off. Left. Right
84058.
84 4058 blank blank.
Hit enter.
CDU1 ready.
Do Alt
FMC display
Home.
edit red only alt plus home fuel.
Left soft 1. I'm going to verify it with Alt R.
Fuel. Total LPS
To
speed of
refresh.
84,058 631.1
There's my
768.8.
So I'm going to hit left soft 6 with F6.
FS actions.
Left soft 2 with F2.
Payload summary 1
That's
slash
our
3.
payload summary. I'm going to go over here
Star
to my
Indiana, Star
flight
Indiana 6.
plan
Blank.
information that
Emergency
I got on
fuel 84,000
Notepad.
blank. Fuel 80 spelling error estimated ZFW. Spelling error 9 comma 1 5 4 WF W4 5 4 W.
So right where it says ZFW
5 4 5 1
451.9
comma 9 comma 1 5 4 W 4 5 1
451.9
comma 9. Left FMC pay left FMC.
Alt
Slash
S.
plus S land.
451.9. Hit enter.
CD.
Alt
FMC display red
home.
only alt plus home payload summary 1 slash.
Right soft 2 with F8. refresh with Alt R.
Payload summary 1 GW1.
Go down
5
here and look on
PLC2.
line
Let's start
2.
26.4%, 451.9.
There it is, 451.9. So that's for the uh,
Payload summary 1/3.
payload summary. So left soft 6 with F6.
FS actions.
That's the main menu. Go do that twice.
Menu.
That takes us back to the main menu.
Menu.
And then, is he doing his walk around?
Add-on
Did I
programs. Main window.
say it?
Home
I
button.
might have.
Say intentions. AI row 1 column.
Let's
Main
see.
row 1. Main window. Home button. Plan page. Checklist. OFT. Radio. 435 sex for walk around.
Yeah,
Radio
he's doing
frequency
walk
button.
around already. So now,
Flight panel window. Left FMC menu window. FMC display edit red only alt plus home menu.
I'm going to hit left soft 1 with F1.
Enter
inertial
number
position.
1 message light on. Enter inertial position.
On this page, you don't got to do anything. Hit right soft 6 with F12.
Pose in 1/3.
Pose in it. So I'm going to do Alt
Traps with
S.
alt plus S blank.
Type in the airport I'm at.
Kind. IND. Blank. D. Blank.
Hit enter.
CTU1 ready.
Do Alt
FMC display
home.
edit red only alt plus home. Pose in 1/3.
Left soft 2.
Time.
I'm going to refresh and
Enter
read
inertial
it.
position.
Make sure.
FF2. Kind 39
Yep,
degree
it's
43.
there now
086.
for our positioning. I'm going to do Alt down arrow to go to the second page
Pose rep 2/3.
of the pose rep page. Left soft 3 with F3. We're going to Alt up arrow
Pose
back to the
39
first page and then right soft
43.2W08617.9.
5, which is F11,
IRS line. CTU number 1 message light off. Blank.
and it says IRS aligned. So that's done. We're going to do right soft 6 with F12.
RTE 1/2.
Now we're on the route. I'm going to put in departure and arrival here. So Alt
Scratch pad alt plus S
S,
blank.
KIND, hit
CTU1
enter,
ready.
do
FMC
Alt
display edit red only
home,
alt plus home. RTE 1
left
1/2.
soft 1 with F1, Alt
Scratch pad alt plus S
S,
blank.
arrival CYXX,
XXX blank.
hit enter,
CTU.
Alt
FMC display edit
home,
red only alt plus home. RTE 1
right
1/2.
soft 1 with F7, and then we'll refresh, make sure they're both at
RTE
the
origin
top.
1. Kind 6.
Kind 6, CYXX. So I know that's done. I'm going to go to the
Blank.
bottom,
Blank 6. Less RTE to activate greater.
right soft 6 to activate,
Execute number 1 available.
Alt E to execute.
Execute number 1 not available.
Now I'm going to wait for it to say execute, then I'm going to
Origin
execute,
test.
Alt E,
Act RT origin 1. Run 2. Root free. Less request.
and then left soft 3,
Pin 6 dot root. Pin 6 FL1. 1000 origin 2. Kind. Test 3. 6.
and then I see my departure and arrival.
Blank.
So I'm going
Blank.
to
Blank.
do
6. Less return select greater.
right soft
Blank.
6
6. Less return select greater.
for select. So F12, and it's going to take it maybe a minute, maybe longer, it depends. When it's
CPU
done,
number
you're
1
going
message
to
light on.
see, you'll hear that ding ding, okay?
RT origin 1. Run
And
2.
then
Root
Day
uplink
4
4.
step link
Root
ready.
4. Let's load purge greater.
if you don't see load on line
Root uplink
4
4.
for
Let's
left
load
soft
first
4, then it's not loaded fully
Root
yet.
4. Let's load purge greater.
So there's load left soft 4 with F4.
Blank. Day 6. Less RTE to activate greater.
Now wait for it. Don't hit activate.
Route 1 uplink loading.
Give it a minute.
Root 1 uplink 6. Less RTE 2.
See, activate's not there now because it was uploading. You don't want to hit activate right away. The activate button
Day 4 step link ready.
takes a second to go away.
Origin 1.
Or
Kind 6.
activate option.
Blank. Day 6. Less RTE to activate greater.
Now it's ready.
Day 4 6. Less RTE to activate greater.
So right soft 6,
Execute number 1 available.
execute with Alt E.
Execute number 1 not available.
That is done. Now we're going to do Alt V as in Victor.
CLB 1/3.
We're going to do Alt up arrow.
Day 3/3.
That's the descent page, so it needs a forecast
Blank.
for
Day
that.
6. Blank 5. Forecast greater.
Line 5, right soft 5 with F11.
Descent forecast. Blank. Day 6. Let's load purge greater.
And then load or purge.
Day 4
We
6.
want to
Let's load purge
load with
greater.
left soft 6 with F6.
Wind data uplink ready.
It says when data uplink ready, we're going to do Alt G.
Act RTE 1 lex 1/4.
That's the leg page. Go
Blank.
to the
Window 6.
bottom.
Less RTE 2 lex RTE data greater.
Right soft 6 for data grader. I say grader, it's a greater symbol, sorry. So right soft 6 with F12.
Act RTE 1 data 1/4. Blank. Wind 6. Let's lex load greater.
And then it's going to say legs and load. Load with right soft 6 with F12 again.
Perfinite
Execute number
uplink.
1 available.
Execute is available, so we're going to do Alt E.
Execute number 1 not available.
Done. Now we're going to do Alt A.
Kind departures 1. Kind departure sits 1. DAWNN 105L.
So we'll see what that
Star Indiana 6,
is.
Star Indiana 6, average wind, spelling, fuel, plant, route, kind slash 23L N0482F360,
23L.
Spy, Rocky 1, N0482F3 on Rocky 1, Spy,
Rocky 1 Spy.
Day 4
23L.
Staplink ready.
23L.
left FM, SIDS R1, DAWNN105, plant 2, ND205R, plant 3, Mario 514, plant 4, Mir 723L, plant 4, Mir
So
723L,
right soft 4
execute number 1 available,
with F10. And
kind depart SIDS
then
1, DAWNN1 less cell greater, star slash 23L, N0 Rocky 1, Spy,
Rocky
left
1
plant 2,
Spy.
ND2, plant 3, Mario plant 4, Mir's plant 5, 5,
Alt down arrow
Kind
to the
departure,
next
kind departure,
page.
SIDS 1,
Find
Rocky 1.
Rocky. There it is. Left soft 1 with
departure 1/1.
F1.
Kind departures 1/1, Rocky 1 left ramp 2,
Now I got to do
Spy,
Spy. That's on line 2. So left soft 2. And then execute with the Alt E.
execute number 1 not available,
There we go. That's done. I'm going to do left soft 6 with F6.
depth slash R index,
Okay. And then F8 for right soft 2 for our arrival.
6 arrivals 1 slash 2, Star
Back
Indiana,
here to my
plant,
page.
character 07,
Now
slash,
it's going to be runway 7.
DCT, Shuka,
Shuka.
talking flight monitor, Star Indiana, left FMC 6 arrivals 1 slash 6 arrivals, stars RTE 1 able plant, 6 arrivals, star 1, Hope 5 Hill 07, plant 2, plant 1, Hope 5 Hill 07,
Okay. Right soft 1 with F8.
6 arrivals 1 slash 1,
For
execute number 1, 6
for
arrivals, star 1,
7.
Hope 5 plant 2, May D5, plant 3, Amino, plant 4, Tillet, plant 5, 6, lesser is 5, plant 4, Tillet,
Okay. I don't see Shuka
plant
at
3,
all.
Amino, plant 2, May D5 Kepler, plant 1, Hope 5 less cell greater Hill, stars RT1, Hope 5 less cell
So
greater
let's
Hill
go with
07,
Hope 5 with left soft 1. If it don't have the waypoint that it's showing you on the flight plan, just hopefully you guess and pick
6 arrivals, star 1,
from
Hope
what
5 less cell
you
greater,
see.
plant 2, none Kepler,
transition.
plant 3, Amino, plant 4, Tillet, plant 3, a colon, space,
We're going to go
plant 2,
with
none Kepler,
right south
plant
2.
none, dash, space, 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 A-E-V-I,
Kept V.
plant 2, none Kepler,
So right south 2.
2, none less cell greater Kepler,
Alt E to
execute
execute
number 1
it.
not available,
That is done. And then Alt G.
act RTE 1 lex 1 slash 8,
Okay. And now Alt I
per minute,
for per minute. We're going to hit left soft 5 to
GR1, fuel 2, ZF3, reserve 4, 17.45, per minute 5, less reject except greater,
reject the settings that's already in there. So F5 for left soft 5. Now we're going to go over here to our
Talking
flight
monitor window.
plan.
left FMC per minute row, star Indiana 6, star Indiana initial altitude, spelling error, initial altitude 36,000 feet,
36,000. Someone do
star Indiana, left FMC,
Alt
scratch the results,
S
let land,
36000.
36,600, land, CDU 1 ready,
Alt
FMC
home.
display at red only, alt plus home 5,
Right
left
soft
RVSN,
1 with F7.
Day 4 Staplink
per
ready.
minute,
Hit Alt R and
per
look at
minute,
the top.
Dot 360,
There it is. It's got the right
icon,
altitude.
talking flight, left FM, talking flight, star Indiana 6, star
And
spelling error,
then
cruise profile, side 1, initial altitude, spelling error, cruise profile, side 123, left side window, left
123
left FMC
for
per
cost
minute, left FMC per
index.
window,
We'll
right
do
for
Alt
right,
S.
alt plus S land, right,
1, 2, 3. Hit enter.
seatbelt sign auto, CDU 1 ready,
Alt
FMC
home.
display at red only, alt plus home 1,
Right
dot
soft 2 with F8. Refresh.
GR1, fuel cost index, 2, 84.1 pounds, calc 123, ZF3, dot minus 37 degrees C, reserve 4, dot 14.0%.
And then
Start
Alt
at alt
S.
plus
I'm going to put in
forward card.
14.0. Hit enter.
14.
Win
Alt
FMC display at red only,
home.
alt plus home 4, dot 14.0%.
F4.
Day 4 Staplink
Left
ready.
soft 4. F4.
Reserve 4, 14.0%.
And there it is. That's done. I'm going to
Lower
right
circulation fan off.
soft.
Left
No.
temperature 35,
Left
cabin
soft
temperature
3
35.
twice.
Per minute, GR1, 530, per minute, GR1, 536.0 Florida
And when you
300,
see all the numbers at the top on the left and right,
GR1, 536.0 Florida 360, right flight
just
direct
like that, you know it's done. So right soft
Press limb.
6. I'm going to do Alt
Alt
S.
plus S land, Captain 02 Needle 83, Captain, star Indiana,
And then
6,
I'm
no
going to
route is
go
average,
down
spelling fuel
here
land,
to,
kind slash land, thrust, first off 23L 60,
thrust.
23L 60, 23, 42,
so 42,
left FMC,
I'm
first
gonna
limb window,
type
scratch land,
in
alt plus S land,
42,
evac command off,
hit
evac light on,
enter.
evac light off, CDU 1 ready, evac light on,
Alt
FMC display
home,
at red only,
left soft
evac press
1,
limb, cell 1, 42 degrees C, plan
there's
2,
42.
star Indiana 6, 42, dash the 2, dash,
Okay,
left
this
FMC,
one requires,
less the 1, 3, less minus 10% to 2, 4, less minus 20 to 2, star to 2, dash, left FM left to 3, to 2, less minus to 2, 3, to 2, 4, less minus to 2, 3, less minus 10% C,
left soft 3 is 2 on the thrust. So we do left soft 3. I always do left soft 3, right soft 3 to make sure I got it in
take off
there.
red 1/2,
I don't think you got to do it that way, but
scratch
Alt
the alt plus S
S,
land,
put in 5, hit enter.
CDU1 ready.
On
FMC declared red
home,
only.
left soft
Day
1.
47 ready.
1. 5 145
There it is,
145
flaps
greater.
5. Now we're going to do the speeds.
Scratch
Alt
red, Alt
S.
Star and star Indiana to
I'm
6.
going to go over here to my thrust
23,
takeoff
on.
information.
5 154 156 154 156
154,
164.
156, 54, 56, and 64. Okay, so
Left FMC takeoff rep 1 slash
154.
C FMC display at red only
Right
Alt plus
stop
1.
1 with F7. Go back to Alt
Scratch red,
S.
Alt plus S land.
And then 156. Hit enter.
FMC
On
display at red
home.
only Alt plus
Right
home.
stop 2 with F8.
Scratch red,
Alt
Alt plus S land.
S. And then 164. Hit enter.
CDU1 ready.
Alt
FMC display at red
home.
only Alt plus home 1.
Right stop
145.
3 with F9. And then I'm going to hit left stop. I always do. I don't know if you got to do this or not, but I always do it. I do right soft 1, right soft 2, and right soft 3. And then I refresh
Takeoff
it.
rep flat 1. 5 145 154.
My number's the last one,
Thrust VR
so
2.
that's
150 156. CG3. Percent 158 164.
okay. And then I do left soft 3. I do it twice, and that's it.
Takeoff rep 1
That's
slash 2.
done. Alt G.
Act RTE1 legs 1 slash
Back
8.
to the leg page. Now, he's already waiting on us to close the doors and stuff. So what I do is when I close the doors, I go ahead and close them. And to make sure he's ready,
Add-on
I go
programs.
over
Main
to
window.
my
Radio
first
frequency button.
officer.
MSG CLR.
See, MSG CLR,
Radio free.
he's waiting on us. So
Flight panel window. Left FMC
I'm
Act
going to
RTE.
do Alt U,
Menu. CDU number 1 message light off. Blank.
right soft 6 with
Weapon
F12,
actions.
left soft 3 with
Door 1 slash
F3,
3.
left soft 1 with F1 to close that door.
Door 1 L closing.
When I hear it close, I'm going to hit left soft 2 with F2.
Door 1 L closed.
Okay, it says it's closed. We heard it close. F2,
Initiating
Door 1 L closed.
before
Slash
start
1.
flow.
left soft 2.
164 indicated.
Then Alt G back to my
Act
leg
Day
RTE1
47
page.
legs 1
ready.
Act RTE1 legs 1 slash 8. V
And while he's doing that, you can check your leg page. See, we got a vector right there on line 1. So I'm going to do left soft 2, left soft 1, Alt E to execute it, and now look at the top.
TTH slash 202 Rocky slash
Vector's gone.
5.2 Daily 2.5 Wayne.840 slash Florida
The first
350.
5 waypoints, there's no vectors. And usually what I do is I'll go and check the rest of my leg page when I get up in the air. But you got plenty of time for them 5 waypoints to, get other waypoints taken care of if you have to. So now you're just waiting on him to do his thing. Right now he's probably waiting on the APU.
Add-on
Let's
programs.
go
Main
and
window.
look.
Radio frequencies button. 37 seconds for App with the spool. Hold control
Yep.
plus Alt to skip. Radio frequency.
So right now we're waiting on the APU to fire up.
Flight panel window. Left FMCI. Star Indiana to talk in flight mod. Microsoft Flight Sim. Microsoft Flight Sim.
And you can hear it. See, here it comes. You can hear it whistling. Alright, so
Add-on programs. Main window. Radio frequencies button. Display select panel completed. Left radio frequencies button. Primary ground power off.
Now
Primary
he's
ground
going
power
through
available.
the
Right,
rest
right
of the
electrical
stuff
primary
that he
hydraulic pump
has
normal. Left
to
air demand
do.
hydraulic pump auto. Left air demand hydraulic pump normal. Right air
So
demand
that
hydraulic pump auto. Right
you
electrical demand hydraulic pump auto. Left
move on
electrical
to the
demand
next
hydraulic pump
step.
normal. Right air demand hydraulic pump normal. Left forward fuel pump on. Right electrical demand hydraulic pump normal. Right forward fuel pump on. Right forward fuel pump normal pressure. Left aft fuel pump on. Left aft fuel pump normal pressure. Right aft fuel pump on. Right aft fuel pump normal pressure. Beacon light on. Secondary ground power. Primary ground power unavailable. Right electrical primary hydraulic pump off.
4-star checklist. Flight deck door.
Closed and locked.
Passenger signs.
On.
MCP. Speed. 164. Heading. 22 Altitude. 36000.
Set.
Takeoff speeds. B1 155. BR 156. B2 164.
Checked.
okay,
TU pre-flight.
see there?
Completed.
Trim.
Set. Departure briefing. It will be a left seat takeoff from Kilo, India, November, Delta, 2. Charlie, Yankee, X-ray, X-ray. Taxi route is per ATC instructions. We'll be departing on runway 23 left. Climbing via the departure procedures to an initial altitude of 36,000 feet. Standard reject and emergency procedures apply. Any questions?
I'm good.
Completed.
Beacon lights.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Okay, now, before we go any further, the other thing I'm going to tell you is you still got to set your trim, but we don't do that until the engines are, it's best to do it when the engines are fully up and going, because usually at this point, you probably don't have any pressure to move your trim. Now, you can try, but I'm pretty sure you want to do it. I always do it after it's started up, but we'll do right bracket control
Elevator trim
T.
announcements on.
That turns on the trim announcement, and then let's just see if there's any pressure.
Trim up 0.02. Trim
Yep,
up
there is.
0.10.
So
Trim
we're
up
going to go ahead.
0.0. Trim up 0.2.
Alright, let's go.
Say intentions AIO ops 31.0 main column 1. Say intention ops 31 main column. Say intentions AI column 2 2 of 3. Document. Flight
Back
panel
over
window. Microsoft
here.
Flight Simulator. Left FMCI RTE 1 legs 1/8 window. FMC display edit red only alt plus home 5.
To our
20.84/4 to 300.
FMC, and we'll do Alt I
Takeoff ref 1/2.
and see what our
Takeoff
trim
ref
needs
1.
to be.
5 thrust 2.
On
What
line
CP 3.
3,
26% 4.00 158 164.
26% 4.0.
CP3, 26% 4.00 158 164. Colon space 2 6% space 4.00 space.
So 4.00, so we're going to set the trim to 4. So we'll go ahead and do it.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Microsoft Flight
I
Simulator.
usually wait until the engines are going, but they're ready already, so.
Trim up 0.55.
Now,
Trim up
I don't know
0.69.
what your
Trim up
button's
0.79.
gonna be.
Trim up 0.84. Trim up 0.92. Trim up 1.02. Trim up 1.18. Trim up 1.26. Trim up 1.28. Trim up 1.43. Trim up 1.53. Trim up 1.63. Trim up 1.75. Trim up 1.73. Trim up 1.89. Trim up 1.98. Trim up 2.06. Trim up 2.14. Trim up 3.34.
Okay. And you want to stop every now and then, or to go much higher than what you want.
Trim up 3.44. Trim up 3.56. Trim up 3.6. Trim up 3.89.
So you're already at 3.89.
Trim up 3.99. Trim up 4. Trim up 4.26.
Now we're too high. We need to be just right at 4.
Trim up 4. Trim up 4.18. Trim up 4.05. Trim up 4.03. Trim up 4.01. Trim up 3.97. Trim up 4.01.
You don't want it to be even one number above, because I think it sets your alarm off, because it had mine going off.
Trim up 3.97.
It's just hard to get it right dead on.
Trim up 3.99.
So we'll keep it at 3.99. I normally don't do it until after engines are started and all that, but yeah. Alright, so once the before start checklist is complete, what I do is I'll have my co-pilot request my pushback with startup, and I'm very precise on how you tell it. You're going to tell your co-pilot, if you're using a co-pilot, connect to ground, request startup, request pushback with startup and tail direction. Connect to ground, requesting pushback with startup and tail direction.
I'll get us connected to ground for pushback and startup.
Com 1, 121.90.
Right, so he's got the channel changed to ground.
Indy ground, Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey, heavy, requesting startup and pushback. Tail direction specified. Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey, heavy, startup and pushback approved, tail west.
Alright, tail's going to be west. So now what I do is I go over to my say intentions.
Add on programs. Main row 1. Say intentions AF document. Row 8 100 file. Climb on link 100 row 9 column 1 column 2 less clear to Abbotsford. Out of tape click of kind.
From the top, I start arrowing down until I get to where it says
link 100 CLR, link 100 CTD
ramp.
Acusa, CTA link 1 CTR, link 100 CTR, link 100 FSS, link 100 GND, link 100 RCHK, link 100 RMP,
There's ramp,
link
RMP.
119.99.
Then you down arrow one time from that, and that'll be the frequency. So below each frequency name, so let me go back up for a couple.
RM link 1 RC link 100 GND,
See GND, ground, then you down arrow
link
once,
121.9.
there's the frequency. You hit enter on it, it'll set it to it.
RCHK, link
RCHK,
118. RMP, link
RMP,
119.99.
we'll hit enter on
119.99.
RMP, and then I'm going to key up, and I'm just going to say requesting tug. Requesting tug. Go back over here
Flight panel window,
to
Microsoft
the
Flight Simulator,
sim.
Microsoft Flight,
On its way.
Now, really, this isn't part of the code in dark, but being as I'm already in here doing it, I'll show you what I do. You don't got to follow that if you don't want, but figure might as well show it to you while we're here.
Bypass pin inserted. Just let me know when you're ready to start the pushback.
Alright, so now we've got to release the brakes and let him know we're ready for pushback and the direction. You got to be very specific, or you can get him all confused. Alright, so let's release the parking brake with control and the period that's on your numpad if you have a keyboard with the numpad. And if you do, it's the button right between the enter key and the 0 key. Okay? So I'm going to hold down the left control key and hit that period.
Parking brake off.
Parking brake off. Now I'm going to let him know that we are ready. Parking brake released, ready for pushback tail to the west. I believe it was west. I might have that part wrong, but we'll soon see.
Tug standing by, starting pushback tail to the west.
There we go. And then you go back over to your first officer. Now, if you got the mic on your first officer, you can tell him to start engines, or you can just get it on the button like I do. I go over here.
Main row 1, column 2, main win, MSG,
and I tab down to the start engine.
Before start flow button. Before start check engine start button.
Engine start button.
Rest.
Starting engines.
Starting engines.
Flight panel window. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Right engine starter start. Right fuel control run. Right engine fire handle locked.
Captain, the cabin is ready for departure.
Now our flight attendant's going to do the safety message while we're doing our pushback here.
Hey folks, welcome aboard our flight to Abbotsford. We're thrilled to have you with us today. On behalf of our airline, I'd like to introduce our Captain John and our first officer, JD. I'm Emma, your lead flight attendant for this journey. We have a fantastic crew today, including my fellow crew members, Mike, Sarah, Lisa, and Tom, who are here to ensure your comfort and safety throughout the flight. Our expected flight time today is approximately 4 hours and 4 minutes. Before we take off, I'd like to take a moment to go over some important safety information. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fitting into the buckle and adjust the strap so it fits low and tight across your lap. To release it, simply lift the top of the buckle.
Engine 2 started.
In the event of a sudden cabin pressure change, oxygen masks will drop from the panel above your seat. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen, place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to put on your mask before assisting others. Your life vest is located under your seat. In case of a water evacuation, remove the vest from its container, slip it over your head, and fasten the straps around your waist. Inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tabs or blowing into the tubes. This Boeing 777-300 ER aircraft has 8 emergency exits, 2 at the front, 4 over the wings, and 2 at the back. Please take a moment to locate the nearest exit, keeping in mind it may be behind you. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a pleasant flight with us today.
Alright, we're just waiting for the engines to be started. Pushback is still taking place. He's going to tell you when to set the parking brake. He's not came on and said anything yet.
Left backup generator on. Left engine starter normal.
Engine 1 started. Engine 1 cut out.
Left generator on.
All engines stable.
We're going to turn off the trim announcement.
Elevator trim announcements off.
Ground to flight deck. Pushback complete. Please ensure parking brakes are set.
Left air auto.
Standing by for confirmation of good engine start and report when ready for
There we
dispatch.
go. Now we're going to lock the brakes. Same command. Left control key. Go down the period. Parking brake is on. Parking brake is set. Engines are normal. That's going to let him know they can release the tug.
Tug disconnecting now. Stand by for confirmation that ground crew is clear.
Before taxi flow.
And then we're going to go ahead and do the before taxi
Abu not running.
flow.
Storm light off. Abu hold on. Abu hold on.
Clear on the right. Clear on the left. Flow completed.
Ground to flight deck. Bypass pin removed. We've
Before taxi
crew
checklist.
clear. You're good to go.
And eyes.
See you soon.
Checked. Recall. Checked. Auto brakes. Rejected takeoff.
Flight control test.
Flaps 5.
Alright, flight control test. We're going to move the yoke to the left,
Full left.
if you have one. Back to center.
Neutral.
Yoke to the right.
Full right.
Back to center.
Neutral.
Straight back.
Flaps 5.
Full back.
Center. And forward.
Full forward.
Checked.
Before taxi checklist completed.
And I've got the Honeycomb Alpha, which is a really good yoke. Now, you might be using something different, and I don't know what the command would be for that, but... Alright. So that's completed. The flaps are where they need to be.
5.
Everything's checked out. Trim. Make sure you got the announcements turned off with right bracket control T. And before we do taxi, okay, we're gonna make sure you pause first officer. So go over to first
Add-on program. Main
officer.
window. Engine start button. Before
Shift tab up to pause.
edit red, the cars, radio, OFT, checklist, plan page, home button, configuration, exit button, minimize button, reduce size, mid button, pause button.
Hit spacebar on
Rest.
pause. Go back over to
Flight
your
panel window,
sim.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2.0.
I'm gonna tell my co-pilot we're ready for taxi. And then I'm gonna go to the TFM here.
Left FMC star Indiana 6 talk in flight monitor column, talk in flight monitor window.
I'll get us taxi instructions from ground.
Alt arrow
TFM aircraft collapse alt plus R205.
or alt and then
Nav
right
data, left alt
arrow
plus
to
S305,
nav
extended,
data,
space
down
302,
arrow to
comma, runways
gates,
R202.
runways, hit enter on runways.
Airport ICAO land, airport ICAO
Type
land.
in the airport that you're at. Hit enter.
6 runways loaded, 05 L date
And
items, 05 R date items
I
selected,
believe
46, designated
we're
right
doing,
rotor.
let me make
Microsoft
sure.
Flight Simulator left FMC takeoff, left star Indiana 6 notepad, column star Indiana plan, 23 L thrust, land, thrust. Land, kind slash 23 LM048, land, kind slash ONL, J100 route, kind slash 23 L, land.
23 left.
Runway
Okay.
row 1 runway, 14 date item, 23 L date item, 23 L date item selected 406, designator left row 4.
23 left. I always check the heading.
Heading 229, heading column 2.
Right arrow.
Designator left designator.
When you're on the runway, just right
Heading
arrow.
229, heading column 2.
Okay.
Designator heading 229, heading column 2. Designator left designator column 1.
And if I want to check it, I do right bracket shift H.
229 HDTL.
And there it is. Okay, now, we know the parking brake's set, so it's not going to do nothing crazy. I'm going to hit enter, and then as soon as I hit enter, I'm going to go over to my first officer and unpause so he can continue the flows.
Approaching runway 23 left.
Left landing light on. Nose landing light on. Com 1 standby. 130.90. Right landing light on. Flight panel window. Runway data grid.
And then I'm back on where it says runway. Then I'm going to shift
Airport
tab.
activate kind. D.
And I'm going to backspace the airport code I had in there.
Flow completed.
And I'm going to put in the airport that we're going to. So CYXX.
Before takeoff checklist
Hit
complete.
enter.
01 data.
And
Star
then
Indiana 6 notepad row 1
to
column. Star
see
Indiana
the
thrust.
runway, we're going to be
Carriage 07. Com 1. 1
runway 7.
Runway row runways window. Run,
Someone
07
down
date item
arrow
selected
to
204. Designator none row 2. 19 date items 25. 19 07 date item selected
There it is,
204.
runway
Designator none row 2.
7. So when you're on the runway,
ready for departure.
so again,
Airport ICAO data
you type in the airport you're going to from that same
Heavy Indy Tower, runway
box that you typed in the airport code for jumping to the runway, right?
Line up and wait.
Tab,
Get
on the runway that you're going to be
CRS Fred
landing at.
109.70. CRS 5th Fred 109.70. Airport ICAO at A6. Runways data grid. 25 date item 4. 19 date item 07 date item selected 204. With 100. 01 date item
Okay.
07 date item selected 204.
There's
With 100.
runway 7,
99.02.
that's what we're going to. We're going to hit Control D as in Delta.
Destination set to 6/07.
Destination set, when it says 6, that's CYXX, so it's actually 7.
Delta Whiskey.
If you don't do that, your ILS will not announce anything to you. Okay?
Runways.
So I'm going to do Control
View
F4,
code. Talk in flight monitor.
close that view.
Star Indiana 6 notepad. Star. Talk in flight monitor 01 column 205. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight.
Alright, back on the sim window. Real quick, I got to hit fly on my... You don't got to do this
Star
part.
Indiana. Talk in left FM. FS Airlines column 55. FS button. X button. Option. Flight inform press. Button. X button. Home button. Option. Flight in. Fly button. Press.
Hit fly.
Button. Exit button. Back. Fuel press. FS Airlines. Button. X. Fly button. Exit button. Fly press. Button. Exit button. High speed approved button. Divert button.
Alright,
Microsoft Flights.
that's just with the airline I'm flying with. Alright, so we are
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
now ready for takeoff. I'm going to tell my co-pilot we're ready for takeoff.
Let's roll, John. Cleared for takeoff, runway 23 left.
Alright, he's already got it cleared for takeoff.
23 L kind.
Right bracket C, making sure we're at the right runway.
23 L kind.
We are. I'm going to release the brakes.
Parking brake off.
Parking brakes off. I'm going to do right bracket, left
Attitude mode
bracket.
enabled.
Attitude mode enabled. That way I can hear what's going on. More likely, you're not going to have to pull back on the yoke if you're using an actual yoke like I'm using. Now, or even if you're using a keyboard, don't matter. More likely, you're not going to have to worry about it. But you might, so keep your hands on your yoke / controls that you're going to use. I'm going to make sure my trim was off. Nope, right bracket T.
Elevator announcements off.
Okay, we're good there. We are taking off.
Auto throttle engaged. Pitch level.
And here we go. I'm going to try to talk you through this as we're taking off.
20
It's gonna
knots.
be a little tricky, but we can do it.
40 knots.
Speed aligned. Checked.
60 knots.
80
80 knots.
Checked.
100 knots.
Just waiting for the right speed.
120 knots.
We'll hear it start to go up.
Left master caution off. Right master caution off.
140 knots.
1 up. 2 up.
And there it goes.
4 up.
Rotate.
5 up.
I'm not
160
even
knots.
pulling back.
Auto brakes off.
Okay?
Glide slope is alive.
It's doing
Nav 1
it
has low
on
slope.
its
Low slope
own.
is alive. Push 0. Nav 1 has glide slope. Airborne. 8 up. 9 up. 10 up. 11 up. 12 up.
Alright,
13
landing
up.
gear
14 up.
up.
1 up.
Gear
15
up.
up. Landing gear up. 16 up. 17 up.
Flaps in.
18 up.
400 feet.
Speed intervene off. 19 up. 20 up.
Autopilot.
21 up. Left autopilot on. Right autopilot on. 22 up. 1 right. 21 up. 2 right. 4 right. 5 right. 8 right. Com 1 standby. 100. 16 right. 18 right. Attitude mode disabled.
Right bracket, left bracket. We don't need that
Acceleration
anymore.
altitude.
Switching to departure on 124.65.
And now,
Allegiant
the
9er
only thing
Delta
I'm going to
Whiskey.
tell you about is check your leg pages while you're climbing here.
Flaps up.
Keep an eye on your
Com 1.
speed while you're
124 volts.
climbing.
189 knots. 190 knots.
Just make sure your speed does go up, and it
Next waypoint
should.
Timium. Bearing 370
You might
feet.
get a stick shaker
Indianapolis
for a
departure,
minute,
Allegiant
not even a
9er
minute,
Delta
like
Whiskey.
20 seconds.
Good morning.
Every now and
Flight
then.
150.
But
Yes,
if you
Angle,
get
minus
everything the way I showed you, you should have
Allegiant
no
9er
problems.
Delta Whiskey. Heavy Indianapolis departure. Radar contact direct Terre Haute.
The only thing you got to do from this point is before you get to the next airport to start your descent is you'll change your altitude. I always set it to
4,000 feet.
1,500 unless the runway's like 800 feet high.
GS angle minus 360. VOR. Il slash GS count.
And then it'll do the descent flow on its own, checklist on its own.
5,000 feet.
You gotta make, the only checklist you need to make sure you do is your approach checklist
Allegiant
and your
9er
landing
Delta Whiskey.
checklist.
Heavy Indianapolis departure.
Other than that,
Climb and maintain
you should
flight
be
level
golden.
Nose landing
220.
light off.
Flow completed.
Climb and maintain flight level 220.
After takeoff, checklist.
Allegiant 9er
Landing
Delta
gear.
Whiskey Heavy.
Up. Flaps.
The other thing I can tell you
Up.
is
After
when you're
takeoff,
making your
checklist
descent, it's just watch your speeds. You don't gotta be at, you don't gotta come in fast as all get. Like when I get to 10,000 feet, I'm at 240
7,000
knots already. You cannot go too slow on descent. Well, you can if you go too slow to make it stall, but I mean, normally, if you're at any, like 20,000 or more, you could do a descent at speeds
8,000
of
feet.
280 if you wanted to. I wait till I get close to 10,000, then I'll set my speed to 240. Usually around 12,000 when I do that. And then from that point, I'll put flaps 1 out
9,000
at
feet.
240. And then just as you slow down, raise your flaps a little bit. That's just something you gotta learn on your own there, okay? But other than that, you're good to go. Now remember on TFM,
FS Airlines row 1 column 2205. Star Indiana to 6 talking flight monitor column 4 talking flight monitor window.
Passing 10,000 feet.
to get to your
Left landing
altitude
light off.
box, you're
Right
gonna
landing
do
light off.
alt
TFM collapse
arrow,
alt plus T105. Taxi lights off. Wind light aircraft collapse alt plus
right
Alt 205.
arrow,
Logo lights off.
aircraft, up
Extended.
arrow.
TFT 111. FMC collapse panels T10 of turn around T9 of MCPM 8 of 11.
right above
Turn around T9 of
turnaround,
MCPM 8 of 11.
you'll hear
Turnaround MCPM 8 of 11.
MCP. Hit enter on
Nav
that.
115.30. MCP tab control. Altitude tab selected 105. Altitude editing
That's your
36,000.
altitude. And you can use control 1 through control 5 to go through the different settings on this panel. So there's altitude. Control 2,
Speed tab selected 205. Manage
That's
edit red only E
speed.
selected FMC.
control 3,
Heading tab selected
That's
35. Heading edit E
heading.
selected 229.
control 4,
Vertical speed tab selected
that's
405.
vertical
Manage
speed,
edit.
and control 5,
Flight controls tab selected 505. Left
It's
flight
flight
director toggle button.
controls, which you should not have to mess with. The only thing you should have to mess with here is
Altitude tab
Air
selected.
Canada 1203, the traffic ahead of you and to your left is going to the left heavy Airbus.
setting your
Contact tower on
altitude.
119.7.
When you go to your descent
Switching to 119.7, Air Canada 1203.
and your speed. Really on descent, this is the window you'll probably
Dear
have it on.
guests, we've just climbed to a safe
12,000 feet.
altitude, and
It's
you are now
speed,
free to use
okay?
your electronic devices.
So I
Our
hope
onboard
this Code
Wi-Fi
and Dark
service is available,
helped
so
you
feel
out.
free to connect and enjoy.
I hope you're
You're
We're
able
cruising at
to
36,000 feet
Microsoft
on
Flight
our way
Simulator
to
column 3
Abbotsford.
star at the end of left
The
FM.
weather
Topic
there is
Microsoft Flight
clear,
Simulator
with a
1.
use
temperature of
this
9 degrees
to
Celsius.
give you a successful
Sit
flight,
back,
a successful
relax,
startup
and
and
enjoy the
takeoff.
flight.
Add-on programs.
If I messed up on something, let me know. But
Say intentions. Ops 31 point. Ops 31 point.
I mean, I had to do a couple things during the Code and Dark, but I still think this is a good tutorial.
Volume slider. Mute flight sim audio checkbox checked.
I hope it helps
14,000
you.
feet.
I do.
Properties. Mute flight sim audio checkbox checked. Properties. Volume. Mute. Proper. Volume. Mute. Proper. Volume. Mute. Proper. Sort. Visit. Block. Visibility. Block. Check off. Visibility. Block. Check. Visit. Block. Visit. Block. Visit. Settings. Settings. Start. Pause recording. Checkbox. Not stop recording. Checkbox checked. Stop streaming. Stop recording. Checkbox.